Howdy folks, my name's Casey. I'm here to take you on a little adventure. And today's adventure is going to be on this Compac 17, which is owned by our friend John. And we are heading out to Cayo Costa, which is somewhere out here from Pine Island. And Pine Island is just south of Charlotte Harbor and just west of Fort Myers area. So we'll zoom in here so you get a good picture of where we're at and the waters we're going to be playing in. All right, this is the trip that we took starting at Safe Harbor Pineland. And we followed the channel running out. And it doesn't look like this is very far, but all these little turns and things were at decent distance. There was a tree that was floating in the water right here that was kind of an issue. I didn't want to hit that. And then running up, coming in here, this is about where we did our accidental jibe and almost flipped the boat. That was pretty crazy. And then we came in here and stopped at Cayo Costa. And then down here is Cabbage Key, which we sailed to for lunch. And this is a pretty nice little spot. This restaurant right here is really good. And I tried to walk around, but the trail was destroyed by the hurricanes, but I did get a chance to climb this water tower and get some good shots from there. So you'll enjoy all that. This is the boat that we were supposed to take to the Dry Tortugas, but that got canceled because of the hurricanes. So we're still going to get out, do a little bit of sailing, a couple days out here, and see how comfortable we are with the boat. It'll be good practice. And then we will be taking this to the Dry Tortugas in the near future. And from here, we're leaving Safe Harbor Pineland Marina and headed out that very first narrow channel. And not just narrow, but shallow too. We were hitting the centerboard on our way back in. Give you a quick little tour of the inside. So this is the starboard side, the bow, and the port side, and then the cockpit. But we got the sails up and it was pretty uneventful. We did take the jib down and we got a nice wind from the storm. We're just gonna run that out the channel. Yeah, I want to get the max speed on there. I think I just fell off it, but we were running 5.8. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this one I've hit 7 on it.
Really?
But only once.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of the tan man, and by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the open man? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forward to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form raised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. Ocean man. Ocean man.
Camera should be out of the wind. So as we were coming in, we were in some pretty crazy waves, at least 3 foot, might have been bigger. Our top speed, what did we get to, 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to 8.
This boat's never been over.
Yeah, the boat's never been over 7 before. We're going 8, full sail, and we went to do a jibe, and I was bringing the sheet in, and it caught the wind, and the boat spun. We almost flipped the boat. Well, the boat wasn't going to flip, but we almost flipped out. We both fell back. It was pretty awesome. So we came into this little cove, we got the sail down, and now we're motoring in to where we're going to beach the boat up onto. So, and everybody that we're meeting was standing on the beach and watched us almost flip out of the boat. So this will be fun. Hey, solid ground. That feels pretty good. Now I want to go check out the beach and see what it looks like from that perspective. Oh, that's weird. So looking at it from here, it really doesn't look that bad. Of course, this is the shallower part, so the swells are down. It's just the wind waves. But it was pretty crazy out there. So I didn't have much time to explore the island as the sun was setting, but I did get to chat with the folks there and enjoy the sunset while it was happening. And John, on the other hand, was on the boat as I'm taking this shot, and he's making dinner for us. And here is the meal that John made, a delicious pot of spaghetti for us to share. And we ate that in its entirety between the two of us. After dinner and after we had moved the boat offshore just a little bit, John pulled out his fish light and dropped it overboard. And normally it brings in, different assortment of bait fish, which brings in bigger fish. But on this occasion, we were in a little bit too shallow of water and we didn't see too much. But it was pretty cool to see, and the bioluminescents were out too. So if you run your hand through the water, you could see the little lights light up. This was our last activity for the day, and after this, it was time to go to bed and get ready for the next day.
Place to stop.
Yeah.
And I didn't raise the rudder, so the weight of the boat's resting on the rudder.
Oh.
Which probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh, yeah, let me hop off and help push here. I don't know, I'm going to try and see if I can pull.
Well, we got the boat off the rudder, but we're still kind of grounded right here. And as you can see on the back here, the rudder just pivots up out of the way. And I took a little walk through the shallow water just to get a shot of the 4 boats that are in the group. And it's daylight saving, so in this shot it's like 7:30 in the morning. Most people are still sleeping and waiting for the tide to change before they can get out of here. All right, now I'm back on the boat, and now it's time for me to take care of my morning routine and get all these knots out of my hair. All right, here's this morning's coffee and our oatmeal. And looking out at the boats, one of them is sailing away right now. So he got himself into some deep enough water, and he's out of here. And he doesn't have a motor on his boat either. He's all sail or rowing. So pretty impressive. John and I are a little bit less motivated and are taking it slow, enjoying our coffee, and enjoying that sunrise. But shortly after recording this happened, and that is a boat sailing to shore by itself while Jose is swimming right behind it, trying to catch back up to his boat that he is man overboard from. So we couldn't really go out to help him. The other boat was trying to pull anchor and get their stuff situated, but Jose was just going to have to swim and handle that on his own. Neither of us could actually get to him in time to make a difference. So luckily he was able to get to his boat, and it sailed itself directly into shore, which was pretty nice. So if he was in another spot, that could have been pretty dangerous and could have been a really bad situation, but luckily it wasn't too bad. As the third boat from the group was leaving, I walked over to check it out, and you can see here it beating into those waves as it motored through them. It was pretty rough out there. So we decided we were going to take it slow and probably do a little fishing this morning. Now in the cove is just one boat left. If we were another 2 boat widths over, we would be in deep enough water, but we couldn't really tell last night. We dropped anchor and it was high tide. So, but we'll be unstuck here in a moment, and then we'll be heading out too. All right, while we wait for that tide to come in, I'm going to grab my fishing pole and see what kind of damage I can do on the local fish population. Here's actually this is my second fish. I didn't get my first one on there, but it was a trout also. And then a flounder came up and got my lure. That was pretty fun to catch too. And then I finished the day with this fish. If I bring it up here, another trout. That was pretty successful for a non-fisherman. So we decided on that last fish that it was big enough to eat, and we were going to try and catch some more, but that was the last of the biters that day. So we did go ashore, we did eat one fish, but it wasn't enough, and we decided to go to Cabbage Key and get some real food. All right, centerboard down. What's the draft with the centerboard down?
That's all the way. It's we got 4 feet, but it doesn't matter. We go over 3 feet, we won't even feel it.
Okay. you can see here as we're leaving that there are a lot of boats starting to pull in to this little cove. And it is a Sunday, and it's a beautiful day, and that's definitely to be expected. But we are heading out. We are going to go fill our sail with wind and enjoy the day. John's still just hanging out up there on the front. He's been there since we launched. I'm going to point us into the wind here. The restaurant was coated in dollar bills that people have signed and taped to the walls, the ceiling, pretty much any surface that could hold a dollar. You'll have to pause to read this. Pretty interesting. And then our food came out, and it was absolutely delicious too. It really was. So out here on Cabbage Key, they got that restaurant, which is awesome, but they also have these little cabins that you can stay at, and there's a little nature trail. So I'm gonna check that out. The views up on top of the water tower were really cool, and I did a 360 panorama of the shot up here, and I did that by just walking from one corner of the platform to the other corner and then getting the four sides. But from here you can see the entirety of the island. You can also see how beautiful of a day it was. It just really was amazing, and it doesn't really look that windy up there, surprisingly. But after I climbed this, I went down to walk the trail, only to find that it was closed due to hurricane damage. So that was pretty unfortunate. And just like that, our visit to Cabbage Key was over, and it was time to leave. Here I wanted to do a time-lapse video of the stars rotating around the North Star. So I drew out a compass with a compass so I could set my camera in here. And there's my camera mounted facing north. And everything was lined up right, but my camera just really didn't capture it, so I deleted that whole thing. But it was a good attempt. And here we are watching the sunset, and it just kept getting prettier and prettier as the sun went down. And just waiting for it to get dark, and it just kept getting better. And this was just a cool camera angle that I was trying. I like it. Alright, so it's pretty late at night. I got the camera running to do the time-lapse of the stars, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to work. I couldn't really figure out the settings, and it's late, and I'm just going to go to bed now. So I will see you all in the morning, and we'll probably do a little bit of fishing and then some sailing, and that'll be the end of this trip. So right, see you all in the morning.
It was a really nice night last night. It was calm, and the stars were out. This is my view right by the hatch. But now I just gotta get up, get moving.
By this point, John had already been up for quite some time, so I figured I better get out there and try and catch some lunch myself. Nice catch, John.
So we'll put it back.
And he's gone. Woo! It's another trout. Look at that, another trout already. That was quick. I had to turn the volume down on this clip because I'm talking, but you couldn't hear me. But what I'm saying is when I'm reeling in, once the fish bites, I can't really set the hook. I just got to like tighten that line so he can't spit it out because their lips are so soft. But there it is. I think that's fish number 4. Woo! John's walking away up there, but he's got a fish, a pretty good sized trout. So we're gonna catch 1 or 2 more and then we're gonna eat those for lunch. All right. There we go. There's lunch. Look at that, fish number 5 for the day. Woo! There it is. And the trout are just all over. I'm actually turned into a fisherman today. Yeah, beautiful morning. Cut their heads off, gut them, and throw them on the grill. The grill's nice and hot. Pretty good. This way of preparing the fish turned out really good. It was cooked all the way through. It was easy to pick off of the bone, and when we were done, there was not much waste. And although it's time to pull anchor and head on out of here, we still have a lot of sailing left to do, and the trip is not over yet. Well, see you later. That was a good camping spot. So we just killed the motor and now we sail in. All right, one last shot of the boat before I'm gone. John, you want to wave? All right, folks, thanks for watching. That was an awesome trip. We got to fish and we got to eat fish, which was really cool. Sailing, we almost knocked the boat over on an accidental jibe and got to 8 miles an hour. It was a great trip. Got to sail through some nasty waves, rough winds. It was a good trip. But anyway, not sure where the next trip will be. I do have some kayak trips lined up, just single days. And I got some stuff I gotta do next week. So anyway, I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching and see you.